I'm cutting off the top of my head. You need to get taller.
I got a date with destiny. My heart says yeah, but can't convince the rest of me. I tried so hard to make it with no recipe. My selfish ways caught up and got the best of me. I need redemption, no need to mention my past. Cause all that matters now is bigger than diamonds and cash. The glitz, the glamour, the lights, the camera, the action.
Alright, what's up guys? It's KOSDFF here. I have Kenny here with me, and today we're going to be talking about roster mania. Obviously, if you guys follow competitive Call of Duty, you know about 1-2 times a year, shit just goes fucking crazy all across, you know, competitive Call of Duty, and a lot of it ends up on Twitter. We've managed to keep a lot of, actually no, we haven't managed to keep any of this off Twitter.
Right.
I really have, but I wanted to obviously address it and talk to you guys. I felt like I owed you guys more than just a tweet about it. I have Kenny here that's obviously going to weigh in a lot of it. But basically, you know, after the last event, the other guys came back, all 4 of them, and said they didn't want to play together. Or they didn't want to play with Dylan. And Dylan likewise came up into my room. I actually spoke to Dylan before these guys, and they said, he was like, no, I just don't want to play with them anymore. And this is a situation TK as a brand has been in more than once. When like Sharp wanted to return to COD, we drop, you know, all our whole COD team and go with Sharp. Or, you know, and so in this situation it really was like, did we drop 3 players and continue to find a new team to build around Dylan, or do we help Dylan, you know, go find a new place where he'll fit in? And that's really what it all came down to. It's just, you know, how they play together, their teamwork, and it really wasn't so much about the placings. You guys know, as we really, and you've seen, especially this org, continue to invest in like long-term relationships. Right. But, you know, every team's different. These guys have a hunger to win. All 4 of them, like I said, it wasn't like 3 of them came back and said, oh, we don't want to play with Dylan no more. Or 2 of them came back and said, we don't want to play with Dylan and Chino more. And then all 4 of them came back and said, you know, this is how it's going to be. So obviously, you know, we went with Kenny, Lamar, and Chino. And then I don't want to get into too much of roster mania because without violating, you know, secrets and, you know, just, you know, confidences with people. But basically, when we were looking for new players and matching up roles and trying to build the best team possible, it ended up that we were going to be looking for 2 instead of just 1.
Okay, yeah. So basically, we decided to keep Cheen because he's our best flex player. Lamar coming home, Lamar's going to run flex and we're going to make Cheen main AR. We decided not to do that because we couldn't find a good sub to like follow me up or like play at our pace. So therefore, we decided to pick up Methods, which is going to be announced. Methods as an AR. Methods is going to be our main AR, Lamar being flex, and then we have a sub player. So we're looking for sub players, and Methods came to us with the player Ferocities, which is short for Pharaoh. I mean, Pharaoh for short. We've always thought he was really good. What's holding him back was his attitude and everything. And we talked to him before he even joined the team, like, you can't bring the attitude and like you got to be willing to learn. And he came to me wanting to win. So we always want players that want to win. And basically, Pharaoh was our best choice, and I think he's a really good sub. He's played well. Everybody knows he plays well, so that was our team, and it came to be our team. We didn't drop Cheen and Dylan because of stats or they played bad or anything. It wasn't because of that. It's just because our play styles didn't work together anymore. We needed new roles, and basically, we feel like this team fits better than our old team now. And then those players can go play with different teams and maybe they fit better with other teams.
That's really it is, because it wasn't working. So we won 2 events, the hype was on, but Call of Duty, as you guys know, new game every year, new updates, new maps, new everything. A COD team is nothing but 4 people that are great at evolving and constantly changing, constantly adapting. Now, I will say this, that every single one of the pros can do that. They all can. Right. But it's about who can do it with who. What team can work well together. Obviously, you know, 12th, 8th, 4th. You know, you obviously see a progression, but these guys, we came into this, we're winning every event all year long. We're the best fucking team in the world. And, you know, all of us at TK and obviously, you know, all of you guys believe them. So obviously, you know, the best team is one that can evolve, so that's the reason why it was. It is obviously what's best for them too, because keeping them in a situation that doesn't work for them either. Exactly. And I will say that they are at the, you know, especially a couple of them, and I'll say it about all of them, they're at like the peak of their career right now. And that's the best opportunity you have to go out and find where you fit and continue to build your individual brand. That being said, you know, it does suck when players get dropped. I will say, like, you know, Theory was like dropped and he left at the same time.
Yeah.
Because, you know, we did, like, I didn't just shut Dylan out. I listened to the opportunities he brought to the table. There was a trade on the table. I even spoke with a manager with another team to possibly bring possibly 3 players over us to build around Dylan, and it just fell through. That is the honest truth. So it wasn't so much like I was like picking sides. It was a statistical business decision made with very limited options. You know, and then Chino, yeah, he actually got dropped. I feel terrible about that.
Yeah. And plus, like, you had to keep in mind that, like, roster block is literally Friday for Seattle. So, like,
should have led with that.
The time that we had to do this was really limited. So
days.
Like, it was literally just come up to days. Like, everybody knew at the playoffs, like, and then, like, you had 5 days to make a roster change. So everybody was making roster changes that Sunday night. So, like, even then, like, we're trying to get teams together. Like, we're talking to everybody, even talk to our team, and it's like nothing was working, nothing was coming to us. So we just had to make a change, and something had to happen.
There was a teamwork block that existed in our team that started in stage 1 and continued to grow. And that's no fault. That's just teams either work or they don't. I mean, just because these 2 players don't work together doesn't mean they won't work better in another situation. That's just competitive, Call of Duty competitive, period. It should have led with that, the roster lock. And why that's important is because stage 2 is huge. Also important with that is we had to retain at least 2 of our players to retain our spot. And so I was looking at replacing 1 versus 3. That weighed heavily. There was some conjuncture there whether we could trade spots with another team, blah, blah, blah. But, you know, a lot of it's wanting to get your new roster, have them scrim, go to an event and play, and get ready for the major things, which is season 2 and the events coming after that and champs. So this was like the last opportunity for the rest of this year for every organization to build their team that they thought was their best chance to carry them through. So much left of, I don't know how much the percentage of prize money is left in Call of Duty this year. It's got to be like 50%. Without champs. Without champs, it's got to be 50. With champs, it's like 80% of the prize money. And this is their careers, by the way. This isn't just look at it from an org or a fan's point of view. Like, this is their money to earn. So, you know, they got to get out there and get that. So I definitely wanted to do this like short video. I also asked for you guys some questions, so I'm gonna address a couple of those. I'm gonna address one blaring one because Dylan's been having fun on Twitter saying I've kicked him out of the house and moved his bed to the curb, the fucking dick. No, obviously, you know, Dylan, you know, I don't know if you could tell from the vlogs, but he's wanted to like get his own place for a while, especially now that he's got a girlfriend and a dog, and you know they love to cook and they need their own space. They just need their own space. And like, even if he had stayed on the team, Dylan would have been moving out of the house. Like, I hate to say it, like, as soon as he fucking could. Because, you know, communal living really isn't always for everybody. Especially Dylan is, you know, he's been doing it for 5 years. He was, like, literally the best roommate I've ever had in my entire life. Always picked up after himself, picked up after other people, always had a great attitude. But, yeah, no. After a while, you know, he was done with it. And, like, he was about to move out. And he's going to stay in Atlanta. He's going to be close. So don't worry. I'm still going to be going over to his apartment and forcing this vlog camera in front of his face. As much as he'll let me. I won't have the keys, so I don't know. I can't just force my way in like I've been doing for the last 5 years of his life. So, you know, everyone I know was worried about where Dylan was going. And he didn't get kicked out, by the way. You've seen it before when he joined FaZe, when we had to have a break in the team again when things didn't work out. It's actually a situation with Dylan's happened before. He stayed at the house for 2 months while he was on another team. It was funny because as soon as he moved out, literally a week later, we joined the team back. We joined him back. His ass had to drive all the way from New York back down to Atlanta again, and it was great. Alright, so I'm just going to do a couple quick questions that I run through here just because I wanted to make sure that we're addressing you guys. I know you guys have an emotional connection to this team. I have an emotional connection to my players in this group, so we're making light of it now because it's at the end of it. Those last couple days have been a roller coaster. Really they have been stressful, emotional, and just not the greatest of stuff. But obviously, it's just not great because of the necessities of the business, basically. A lot of people asked that we bring back Sharp. No, Sharp's not joining the team. Team of 4 is me, Accuracy, Methods, Ferocities. No Sharp. Sorry. So this one's for me. What's it like being an owner at Interosmania, dealing with contracts and potential buyouts? I mean, a lot of it's fun. A lot of it's the emotional side of it too. I mean, I mean, it is fun to be able to like build new teams. It's
Right.
exciting to build a new team to reshape the future of your org. The contracts and buyouts, that's all boring. I'm not gonna lie, that's boring bullshit that I hate doing. Always have. But building a new team and getting excited for a new thing and just being able to see where everyone's career is gonna go, because we've gone through a lot of players. A lot of them are still doing really well in Pro COD and have risen to great heights. So it's exciting. A lot of this was, how difficult was your decision to drop Theory? I'll leave that to you.
Yeah, our decision to drop like Dylan was pretty hard. I mean, we won NOLA with him with a 0.7. So like we could have dropped him then. Like he had a 0.7, but we still won the event. So his stats weren't the reason we dropped him. Like this decision was actually really hard. We played through like 3 more events after that with like, I mean, he played the worst. But like Dylan, everybody knows Dylan does the stuff that nobody notices on stream. So it's like, it wasn't that he's bad or anything. And then plus we had like out of game situation like that, like didn't mesh, and then it all just like crumbled our team basically. And like it wasn't just the fact that like he wasn't bad at the game. He's not bad at the game. We know Dylan's not bad at the game. It's just the fact that like we didn't mesh, and like our teamwork and everything was just falling apart. So like we just needed a change.
Dylan, I've always has felt, has been like a foundational player.
Yeah.
You get him and you build a team around him. He's your leader, your captain, your guy that's gonna explain the game.
Exactly.
And the only thing you need for that to work is teamwork. And once that falls apart, unfortunately, it makes him one of the most valuable players, but also the one that, if teamwork doesn't work, he's the first that gotta go. It's the actual worst situation. We had a similar player that in Sharp for a really long time. Have you ever followed our COD rosters? Like we were building around him for a long time. But yeah, it's just literally how it is. It's just a lack of like that kind of stuff. And it's hard not to say it. It's like, it's just like personal issues and stuff like that. But like when you eat, sleep, breathe, compete, travel with 3 dudes,
right?
I mean, that's what makes this sport and esports so great. I feel like what's the difference between us and a 72-person NFL team? You want to cover the roles? Did you already kind of cover the roles basically?
Roles on our team.
A lot of them are asking about roles.
So like me, y'all know me, aggressive sub. Like sub slayer. We're gonna bring Farrell on the team as like our support sub, but like he's been slaying for like teams like Air. He played for like Air and Reckless, everybody knows that. He was slaying for those teams, so like he was a good sub. We just needed a sub to like help like be on the map with me as fast. Like Dylan was a good sub, but like his pace wasn't my pace. His way to play the game wasn't the same way I play the game. Pharaoh, I feel like plays the same way I play, so like we just needed the support sub. Metis is coming on the team to be the main AR most likely, depending on how our scrims go. We might switch it up with him and Lamar running flex. Both have ran flex before, so both can run the role. So like that's what made it so easy. Like they were both flexible for the flex role. Cheen and Lamar, like one of them are either inconsistent on one map with the flex role. So like we just need one flex and one main AR. So like Metis was our best pick. And I think it'll work. And then plus we bring Ferocities on as like, I consider the best S&D player in the league. Everybody considers TJ, but like
we could use some help in S&D.
Our S&D is pretty weak, so like hopefully he can like teach us some S&D.
Yeah. I mean, I for my sake, my health's sake, let's last round 11s, please. Oh my god.
Right.
There was a couple that asked like, is this gonna strain y'all's relationship with Theory?
No, I don't think so.
Of course, it's for a little while,
Yeah, for a minute, yeah. I mean, nobody likes like being like left off our team, so like. I mean, I have no problem. I have no problem with Dylan. Me and Dylan like live together, so I have no problem with Dylan. That's not the reason like we wanted him off the team or like he wanted to leave the team. We don't dislike each other. It's just like when you don't mesh with a team, you just can't sit there and like be unhappy. And then plus like
there's not enough time to force it.
It's not. You can't just force a team force a team to be good. And plus like we weren't playing bad. We placed 4th at playoffs. That's not bad. That's not bad at all. But it's just like, do you want to win or do you want to just keep getting the basic like top 4s and top 5 and like top 6s and like not mesh, or do you want to win and mesh and like have a good team and try out new roles? Yes, that was our plan, to like try out new people and like hopefully mesh with them and potentially win again. So like
yeah,
we don't dislike Dylan at all. I mean, Dylan's like my best friend. We live together. This guy, I traveled with him everywhere. We had the same flights everywhere. There's no like beef, I guess you can say, between me and Dylan.
Yeah, no, me and Dylan have obviously been really close friends for an extremely long time, and we'll continue to do so. I'm sure there's going to be some more interesting banter between the two of us. I mean, did it strain our relationship? No. Did it strain a couple days? Yeah. I mean, of course. I'm sure he's going to land somewhere amazing. And I've been working almost just as hard to make this roster as to find him a new team and Cheen. I don't want to announce another team's roster, so I can't tell you exactly where Chin is, but he's already found a new team. We have already negotiated it with his new team owner, so he's got a home. And I've been doing the exact same thing for Dylan. Obviously, like we said earlier, Dylan's a little bit more different because you got to build the team around him and stuff like that. He's also, you know, looking at himself doing some stuff to try and get on a top relegation team. So, and a lot of the reason why we even rushed this, obviously we're excited for the new team. They don't have a lot of time to scrim, and everyone wants to get going. But also, some of it's so that, you know, Chino and Dylan had the best chance to announce their free agency. That's always in the back of my mind. You know, just because they're not on our team anymore doesn't mean that my job's over with them. As if not a friend, it's just like, you know, a former owner. So, but yeah, no, I'm going to go ahead and cut it short, as short as we could. Thank you guys so much for your understanding. Thank you so much for your continued support. I hope you guys are excited. I know this is a roller coaster for a lot of you guys because Dylan's been on the team so long. It's a roller coaster for me too. You know, I'm along with you. I'm out here experiencing this with you guys. Kenny too. Shit, like, you know. So I really appreciate everything you guys do continually, every single day. I am impressed and just flabbergasted by why we have such an amazing support base in you guys, and everything that you guys do, and how much love you guys show us at the events and the chats on Twitter, and our stupid YouTube videos, and through everything, our ups and downs. You guys are always there, and yeah, this is just hopefully a really big up. So you know, we're really excited to continue doing what we do. But all right, hope you guys enjoyed it. Leave a like if you guys did. See you guys tomorrow.
Peace.